Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. It's Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we're actually talking Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I actually wasn't even going to talk it today, but I got a notification that Who Knew, shout out to Who Knew, had a interview with Melody Sheree, you guys, on Instagram that just wrapped up moments ago, and I wanted to do a quick recap slash reaction to it because it came out of nowhere. I was like, I'm so happy for you. So Melody Sheree was doing some press for OWN and answering some questions, and at first it was kind of like, props to Melody Sheree for her businesses and all of the positive things that she has going on. She has a new single that's going to be coming out this month. She has, of course, wrapped up a couple of movies that at least one we know is going to come out in January. And she has been doing, obviously the property management courses, the skincare line, all of these wonderful things that she has happening, you guys. And then there was questions, a few questions about her personal life, little bit towards the end, if she was seeing anybody, and Melody Sheree said, she is not going to be dating anybody that's in the entertainment industry. So those of us who were shipping her with different people, with Hassan, with Hill Harper, with the gentleman Travion, who was in the first music video of Melody Sheree's, that none of that is going down, and that she would prefer somebody who is a suit and tie type of guy. So I'm thinking, account executive, lawyer, businessman, what have you, but not somebody that is in the entertainment industry. But she does get a chuckle out of seeing some of us and what, quote, the internet streets are saying about, rumors and things of that nature. But I think what it is with Melody Sheree, I think she just has amazing chemistry and it radiates off of the other person. So I think that is why it is so easy for people to try to pair Melody Sheree with all these different people. But she made it a note to say that she is not, in fact, interested in anybody that is affiliated with the entertainment industry. She's one and done with Martell, and that is that. Also, Who Knew had asked some questions about the show, basically, and was asking, why people are so obsessed with Melody. Why are people making her storyline and this and that? And Melody basically was like, listen, I'm doing me. I'm the same person as I always was. I'm still going to be focusing in on my businesses, and I'm not demanding apologies and things of that nature from people. And I kind of caught the shade because remember, if you guys remember the last episode, those of you who weren't blacking out, or those of you who did black out but watched on Love and Marriage Huntsville's Instagram clip, remember it was Destiny and Letitia who were up here requesting that Melody Sheree apologizes, even though Destiny technically doesn't care whether or not Melody Sheree apologized. So it was completely a waste of time anyways, that whole conversation. But anyways, back to the interview, I was so happy that Who Knew brought up the blackout and how frustrated people were with, the direction of the show, how it is going. And Melody Sheree said, obviously she's a part of the show, but she understands and agrees as well with a lot of the people who are frustrated, who want to participate in the blackouts and things of that nature. And so Who Knew also asked her, did she know in advance if Maurice and Marceau's brother was going to be on the show? Because Carlos King made it a big point in his interviews to say, hey, everybody of the main cast has to agree. All 6 people have to agree to have certain people on the show to film certain things. And that is one reason why Martell Holt's side chick is never probably going to see the light of day on this show. And so she was asking Melody Sheree, okay, did you know in advance if, this was going to happen, that if Marceau and Maurice's brother were going to appear on the show? Did you get a heads up? Were you notified by production? Did anybody tell you? And Melody Sheree said no. Melody Sheree said no. So she was, in fact, blindsided, you guys. She was in black. Like, make it make sense. How are you the person who pitched this show, and you are one of the executive producers of the show, and you are not informed about anybody that is going to be coming onto the show to discuss you and your mother, right? Right? Like, who? Like, where do we do that at, you guys? Where do we do that? So, with that being said, as well as, again, the comments about, the frustration of the direction of the show and this and that, Melody Sheree said pretty much everybody from the top down has heard these complaints, has heard, people being frustrated, has heard about the blackouts, has heard about how fed up the fans are with, where the show is going and the direction and how far away from the show of what its original intent was supposed to be, because this is Melody Sheree's baby, in addition to all the other stuff she has going on. This was her brainchild, and this is not the vision that she had for the show. So Melody Sheree basically said that, she expects heading into this next season that there's going to be some big conversations from the top down, because she said that, it's not just us, the fans, that are frustrated, right? That there's, executives and other people within the cast who also have the same sentiments as well of the negativity that the direction of the show has gone, and she expects big changes. So I am wondering if we are going to find out if some couples are not going to be returning next season, you guys, or if somebody's mother is going to be fired from the show, you guys. I am very curious to find that out, you guys, because you cannot change the direction of the show if you keep employed the same people that are causing the issues of the show, you guys. So I am very, very curious to see, what is going to happen with that, what those conversations are going to look like, and how that is going to manifest for the following season of the show. If, in fact, there's not only going to be changes to the cast, but changes in the direction of the show, which also brought up Who Knew asking Melody Sheree, okay, why haven't any of your real friends have been on the show? And, Melody Sheree said it's not that they're not interested, but she said at the same token, not everybody wants to be on reality TV. And she knows how we are in these internet streets, that we are, unofficial CIA, FBI agents and private investigators. And we dig up all your tea, you guys. We dig up all your tea and we talk about it. So she basically said, hey, not everybody's interested in all that. Not everybody wants their personal lives dug into. And, and then of course, everybody has an opinion on what you do, whether, they agree or disagree, and everything blows up on social media, of course, because of how big the fan engagement is on the show, you guys. So that is why we do not see Melody Sheree's real friends. And I kind of suspected that her long-term friends, her loyal friends, and everything else were probably not interested with all of the shenanigans that have taken place on the show, especially with the current direction of the show. So I totally understand that, but Melody Sheree made it a point to say as well that they still very much are very supportive of her and everything else behind the scenes, but they just do not want all of the noise of being on display like that. And then also, a funny question Who Knew had brought up, and it was funny because I think it kind of caught Melody Sheree off guard. She wasn't expecting it. She basically asked, Melody Sheree about the upcoming, trip that we're going to see, the upcoming family trip of the Holtz, and how her son went on her Instagram live and filmed her and Martell. And so Who Knew asked her, hey, was Martell trying to holla during that time? Was he trying to hit on you? Was he trying to do some reconciliation? And it was so funny, Melody Sheree's reaction, because she was looking like, what? But she said as well that, we have to tune in. And also that, she also told Martell, because with how quickly it went viral, everybody was blowing up Melody Sheree's phone, like, hey, did you know that you were on live? And this and that. And it was her son, of course, that was on the live. And so she told Martell, hey, if I need to call any of your people, to let them know, hey, this isn't what it looks like, just let me know. But it sounds like it didn't, even have to get to that point. So I am very curious to see, these upcoming episodes. And I will say this, you guys, I will say this, and this is not, me wanting Melody, Sheree, and Martell back together. But what I will say is you cannot deny their chemistry. And it's really Melody Sheree, you guys. It is Melody Sheree. It's really her aura. It's her it factor. It's who she is as a person. It's who she represents, that it brings out the best of other people when you are on good terms. And so when you see the dynamic, back to the earlier seasons when, things were better than obviously what they are now between her and Martell, that you saw that dynamic, you saw that light again. Even when the comeback group met, you saw that same, energy and everything else that was there in that chemistry, and he just completely, threw it all away. So yeah, I definitely see why, again, people would ship Melody Sheree, and people would have meltdowns and go viral and assume that her and Martell are back together just because they're physically in the same room, you guys, with their kids. like make it make sense. That all of a sudden it's dating rumors, they're on vacation together, it's a reconciliation of sorts and things of that nature. So I totally understand, but again, there is nothing romantic going on there, you guys. And then I believe the other question that was asked was whether or not Melody Sheree knew Sheree at all, if they were actually friends or anything of that nature. Because as you guys know of the dating rumors of Sheree and Martell, and that Martell Holt has been filming for season 15 of Real Housewives of Atlanta as Sheree's man and this and that. Melody Sheree said, hey, I don't, we're not friends. Like, her and I, we met each other in an event and we took a picture together, and that is the extent of things. So Melody Sheree, in fact, confirms that, this isn't somebody who she's had like a friendship with of any sort. It's just one of those things where you're both at the same event, you both know of who each other is, and then you take a picture together, basically. So that was that. I think I covered everything that was mostly asked in the interview, in terms of mainly the high points. And also it was really nice of Melody Sheree, because she said that she was provided a list of content creators who, basically have always been supportive of her and this and that, and so she just wants to give back. And so I'm so happy for Who Knew, and for the opportunity for her to interview with her. And it went so well that Melody Sheree also intends on interviewing at some point in the future again with Who Knew. So I am ecstatic for her. I think it was an incredible interview. I'm usually not online around this time, but it was really nice to see that notification and just see what Melody Sheree had to talk about and everything else. And amazing questions. I appreciated the fact that Who Knew didn't ask like the same questions that other people always ask, that she kind of got into some other questions that kind of caught Melody Sheree off guard. So that was really fun. And I think the final thing was Melody Sheree, Who Knew had asked her if there was anything else that she has coming down the pipeline, because she's got all these businesses and all these ventures and things of that nature. And Melody Sheree did say she has something that she's working on behind the scenes, but it has nothing to do, with hair, with skincare. She said it's going to be coming out soon. And so that's something she's been busy with behind the scenes. So I'm excited to see what it is, you guys. I'm excited to see what it is. Anything Mel touches turns to gold. Anything that happens, it's money making Mel. It sells out, it goes viral, and so I'm just very happy for her. So that is all that took place, you guys, but it was really cool. It was really awesome to see. So once again, shout out to Who Knew, and the live was on her Instagram, you guys. The live was on her Instagram. I'll double check to see if whether or not it was also streamed simultaneously on her YouTube or not, because I was watching it via Instagram, and it had I think at one point it was up to over 800 people that were in there, which was incredible. And for the most part, it kind of stayed around 730, 750 for most of it. But at one point it jumped to over 800 and some odd people in there on a random Thursday afternoon, you guys, where you all should be at work or at school or with your families. But anyways, nonetheless, that is all that I have on that. Please let me know your guys' thoughts. Did any of you guys tune in to Who News interview with Melody Sheree. Please let me know in the comments. And what do you guys think? What do you think of this interview with Melody Sheree? I felt it was mostly positive, you guys. I felt it was completely positive. Even, you know, some of the light shade and things of that nature, it was all good. It was all good. That's why I don't understand why Melody Sheree's castmates are so negative. I don't understand it, you guys. I do not, other than they're jealous. Other than they are jealous and they cannot get rid of her. And that's the only thing that I can think of. And they had all of these expectations that they could plan her demise, that they could plan Melody Sheree's failure, that they were hoping, you know, with her and Martell no longer being together, that she was just going to completely be lost and broke and destitute and not able to do anything with herself. And she's completely upgraded more than ever and is making money, is doing all these business ventures, and is focused in on her. And so and that's all she said, pretty much. She said she's always going to continue, you know, whatever the direction of the show is, she's still going to be doing her. She's still going to be showing life after divorce, raising her 4 children, and all of these businesses that she is involved in, you guys. So there is that. Please let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.